Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Takeaway Tip Tuesday. It's Tuesday, May 15th. I'm your host, Ramona Remisat, intuitive guidance coach, angel therapy practitioner, speaker, and author. And I am just so excited to have you here today. It is a beautiful day here in Calgary. The sun is shining. It's going to be hot. And I'm mostly excited because I've had a screwed up back for the last week and I'm finally able to stand up straight today. So that's a bonus. Yay. So feel free to let me know who's on, where you're from. Oh, there's Dina. Hey, Dina, nice to have you here. And I loved your live today. Dina was sharing 3 things to help you build, or 3 things that you can learn about entrepreneurship that she learned from her dog, which were very on point, and I did share that over on my page, so go have a look at that after. Today's topic is one that I've been wanting to do for a while because it comes up. People are sometimes asking me, like, can your inner guidance lead you astray, or could it actually be wrong? And, you know, we've all had those instances where we picked up an intuitive hunch or an inkling about something and we deliberately didn't follow it and it came back and bit us in the butt. And we're like, okay, fair enough, I should have listened, right? But what about those times when you do trust it and follow it and then it leads you to an outcome that you didn't want or didn't expect, right? That's where people are like, so what's going on here? Is my inner guidance wrong? Did it lead me astray? And it can feel like a betrayal. You know, it can actually cause a lot of people to kind of wash their hands of the whole thing and step away from listening to their inner guidance. We're like, no, we don't want you to do that. I want to explain what's happening in this instance, and I'm going to do that using an example. You guys know I like to give examples. So let's say you were guided to begin a new business, right? And you know that it's guidance because it meets some of those important criteria. That guidance comes through forcefully, it comes through repeatedly, and it comes through lovingly. So you're like, check, check, check. Yes, all systems go. You go rushing out of the gates and you start your business. And even though it feels intimidating, even though you might have some fears or hesitations there, you're still really excited and happy about this new business that you're starting. Now, the ego does not like the fact that you are taking action based on love and happiness because remember, the ego is fear-based, right? And it knows that if you succeed, it's going to lose its grip on you and you're going to stop listening to what it's dictating to you. So it is going to dig in its heels and rebel. And what it does is it's going to start to try to convince you that you need to worry and obsess about money, and you're going to maybe have feelings like you can't trust people, right? And because you already have some of these fears and hesitations anyway, when the ego floods you with this, you totally fall for it. You're in the trap, right? So you're tossing and turning at night, you're wondering about how you're gonna make this a success, how you're gonna have enough money, all of these things. And so you start to lose concentration, you lose focus, and bing, bang, boom, within a month, you're out of business, right? You made mistakes, you weren't, like I said, you weren't focusing, you made mistakes, and you're out of business. And you're like, what happened? Was this just, this desire to start this new venture? Was this just wishful thinking? Like, what happened? So again, we can go back and check in. Was this guidance really correct? So again, it came through repeatedly. That is for sure. I always tell people that is the one way you can know for sure that you're getting guidance is when it repeats, because it's like it grabs hold of you and it won't let go. So you keep having those same thoughts and ideas and feelings, and it's just like there and there and there. So it did come through repetitively. It came through with a feeling of joy, right? If something ignites something in you and you feel a spark, even though there's, like I said, those fears and a little bit of like, I don't know, but they're inside you, there is that spark. That is a hallmark of true guidance. If it is allowing you to serve and to use your skills and talents and abilities that you were given, your God-given talents, that is a hallmark of true guidance. And it gave you a sense of empowerment, right? It didn't have any of those prickly feelings or scary feelings. It was really like, I'm empowered. That is another hallmark of guidance. So you were on point there. You were definitely receiving true guidance. What happened is when fear came and showed up, it's like you were driving on the highway and fear showed up and you were like, ah, and you took the first off ramp. As soon as I came in, hey, Sherry, nice to have you here, right? So that is how we lose our way. It's by like letting that fear kind of steer the steering wheel instead of you. Guidance is always accurate. It is a GPS. It's like a compass. You know, on a compass, north always points north. We don't dispute it. We don't go, yeah, bullshit compass. I'm not listening to you, right? We trust it. And so that's like our guidance, right? It is a guidance system. And like if you're following the GPS in your car, it's telling you where to go. Where we screw up most of the time is because we don't stay the course. We're like, I know a shortcut. So we take, go off track, right? Or something of that nature. So it wasn't that the guidance was wrong. It's that we let the fear or the hesitation kind of, like I say, take us off course, right? We took that off ramp. So that's how we screwed up that whole thing. And that's often what happens. But like I said, sadly, people, when they trust and believe they're following the guidance and it leads them to an outcome that they weren't expecting or didn't want, like I said, they feel betrayed or they're like, screw this whole thing. I'm not going to do this anymore. And that's such a crying shame. We don't want people to do that. So go back, reverse engineer it, and look and see, was there somewhere there where that fear kind of snuck in, the ego started to plant things in your head and it allowed you to veer off course, right? That's usually what's going on. So it's really important in this whole inner guidance equation to learn how to wrangle those fears and what to do with that. Because really the trusting the inner guidance, taking action, that is the hardest piece of everything. And so fear and how to manage that is really the core of that. So that is something we all need to really get really good at. And if you are wanting to take this a step further, that is something we are going to be taking a deep dive into during Connect to the Power Within, my weekend retreat, June 8th to the 10th in the beautiful mountains in Radium Hot Springs, British Columbia. Just a handful of spots left. We're just about sold out. So look into that. It's connecttothepowerwithin.com. Have a look. If it's calling to you, I would absolutely love to have you join us. And if you have any questions at all, please reach out to me. I'm happy to answer them for you. But I hope today's video really answered that question for you and explained what is happening in those instances when you think you're doing all the right steps, but it's leading you to an outcome you weren't expecting or wanting. And then again, checking in with those hallmarks of knowing that it is true guidance. Like I said, if it comes lovingly, if it's repeated, if it brings you joy, all those kinds of things, that if it allows you to serve using your God-given talents and abilities and you feel empowered, all those are check marks. It is all systems go. Check, 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 check. So stay the course. Don't let fear take you off the path, and you will be on your way. And I always say you will be unstoppable. So thanks so much for watching. If this was handy dandy, I would love for you to share it out, because this is a question a lot of people wonder about, right? And they, we go back and forth in our head. Is this guidance? Is it not? Is it just me, again, wishful thinking something? Should I follow this? How do I make this decision? Right? And we end up ripping our hair out, and we don't want to do that. So let's make it easy. Share this out. And thank you again for watching. Have a magical Tuesday, everybody. We'll be back next week for another episode of Takeaway Tip Tuesday at the normal time, which will be 1:30 Eastern or 11:30 Mountain. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody.